It is one of the most universal recommendations in all of public health. Floss daily to prevent gum disease and cavities. Well, and then suddenly the headline, medical benefits of dental floss, unproven. Harry Rachcott is a Montreal dentist, and because it's Halloween, we thought we'd ask him about candy as well. So I want to get that out of. Why is it that we always say candy's bad for your teeth?
Well, candy it's almost completely pure sugar. It's 100% sugar. There are several components that will lead to decay. One of them is just the environment of the mouth. It's warm, it's wet. There are surfaces that bacteria can stick to, and they love eating sugar. And
more so than, let's say, salt or acid or any of those things. Is specifically sugar that's most damaging?
Yes, because this is what their food is. They feed on that, and they produce acid as a byproduct, which etches the surface of the tooth to begin with. And over time, that etching will go deeper and deeper and become a cavity.
So you brush your teeth?
Brush your teeth.
Okay, so now I want to ask you about this flossing study, because I thought that was really interesting too. Because you do agree that there isn't that sort of overall studies, the evidence that say that flossing is beneficial, right?
There isn't substantial experimental double-blind evidence, yes, that's correct.
And so people are using that as a loophole, I guess.
Well, it's a very difficult thing to study because decay and periodontal disease take years to develop. And to study a large enough population in different situations would require a huge population.
And tell somebody, listen, for this study, don't floss for 30 years and see what happens.
Exactly.
So that's not going to happen anytime soon.
And you never know when you ask people, when they come into my office, I ask, have you been flossing?
Everybody says yes?
Not everybody says yes.
I always say yes.
Most of them say, not as much as I should. But then I ask them, how much should you be doing? And then it comes out that it's not as much as I think they should.
So what it comes down to is, I guess, a lot of people who don't like the idea of flossing saw this study.
That's right.
Blame the media, right? And then the sort of the story went out that there's no point in flossing, which is not the case at all.
Not at all. No, I see the evidence every day.
Okay, take your word for it then. And because you're here, you've written a book. So you're a very busy man. You've written a book called Gravitational Field, and it's about 2 Holocaust survivors.
Well, it's more about the sons of Holocaust survivors whose parents never really talked very much about their past experiences. And at one point, the father becomes very ill, he dies. The sons discover some documents in his effects, scraps of paper with little messages on them in some strange language, and a Nazi document belonging to an officer. And
but was this a story that you wanted to get out, that you wanted Montrealers to hear?
Yes, it's something that I feel the lives of the children of Holocaust survivors have been studied, but they're not really very well understood. They're not like ordinary people, like any victim of trauma or secondary trauma.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
You're going to be giving a talk on the book, Gravitational Fields, on Thursday, November 17th at the Temple Emmanuel. And also, if you want to check out his blog, it's a lot of fun. 1001 Uses for Dental Floss. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.